That's odd. I don't remember locking this.
You wouldn't happen to remember if my aunt had a wind-up toy monkey at the yard sale?
Oh, not a cherished childhood memory now, was it?
No!
Okay, so we just got home from watching The Monkey at the cinema. We did go in completely blind to this movie.
Yes.
We didn't see the trailer, we didn't read the synopsis, we didn't know anything other than the name Stephen King and The Monkey that I have heard was from a short story or something like that. That's all I knew.
So-
And we're gonna do a spoiler-free part at least first, and maybe at some point we're gonna go into some spoilers. But it is hard to talk about this movie
It is.
because I'm not quite sure what I was watching and who it was aimed for. Maybe that's my biggest question about this movie.
Yeah.
Who was this for?
Like, what type of audience?
Yes, because this movie... So the thing is that this is at base a horror comedy. We didn't know that, so of course if we had gone into this knowing it was a horror comedy, would that change how we would receive the movie? But then
I don't
again,
think so.
no, because at the end of the day, humor is so subjective. So
Yeah.
either it hits you or it doesn't hit you. And this is the weird part. In a different setting, this humor would hit me. This is the type of humor that I normally like, because I would say the humor reminded me kind of like Kung Fu Hustle, Journey to the West type of...
How dare you?
No, the humor, like...
No.
No?
Not even remotely close.
How? It's the goofy type of like snappy humor.
I felt like the humor hit when it didn't need to hit.
No, but now you
made no
misunderstand
sense. No,
me.
but it
I'm
made no
talking
sense.
about
How
the
come-
humor they applied to the movie is the same type of humor as you see in those type of movies. Because it is this, like, the quick cuts from like, oh, something serious, boom, ah.
Okay.
So the movie starts, and this might be a minor spoiler, but we have Adam Scott playing a role, and I would say like his acting got me straight into the movie. So he sold it to me, and I was already immediately sucked into the movie because his acting at the very beginning of the movie was so good that you kind of like, oh damn, this shit is real. And then something happens that kind of like pulls you out of the movie again. And from that point, for me, it drags me in and out, in and out, in and out. And it partially want to be a horror comedy, but it partially want to be a traditional horror and with some bits and pieces of emotion. But it doesn't commit to either. So for me, it kind of like, it falls
It makes
between...
you feel disconnected.
Yeah, so it doesn't hit the mark in either being like a true horror movie and a true horror comedy. Because it does have some horror elements. Yes, it has some scary moments. I like the monkey, of course. The monkey is creepy. But when it comes to a movie, and I've said this many times, I want to be grabbed. I want to be like invested. I want to just be immersed into a horror movie. But since this one just kept cutting away the emotional aspect or the scary aspects with the humor, that was very distinct. Like you don't really. This isn't the type of humor that you miss.
No.
It is in your face.
Yeah.
So that was my biggest problem with this one.
My biggest problem was with every little thing that they did, they tried a little too hard. Whether it was the incidences to the comedy aspect to it, to anything that they did, I felt like it was like a try-hard movie. So the entire thing, I really couldn't get into it because I just felt like it was too much.
Yes, and that's the thing, that the humor was a lot. The characters, some characters were super serious.
Yeah.
Other characters was caricatures of normal people. Then again, that's why I feel like it's more similar to Kung Fu Hustle with the humor, because it's so over the top. It's so exaggerated.
But then Kung Fu Hustle does it right.
Yes, because it commits
Yeah.
to the humor. It commits to that humor all the way through.
Yeah.
This one has that humor, cuts back and tries to be emotional, goes to try to be scary,
Yes.
tries to be gory. And it just becomes lapskaus, as we say in Norway. Yeah.
Yeah, I just felt disconnected throughout the entire movie. I couldn't feel anything. I didn't know whether or not I should feel scared or sad, or if I should feel for the boys. Like, I just didn't care for anybody,
Yeah.
and that's a problem. That becomes a problem when you try to enjoy a movie.
Yeah.
You don't know what to do. You feel lost.
Yeah.
So that's how I felt. Like my whole mind was combobulated. I didn't know what to do.
Yeah. But I would say, though, in defense of the movie, if you are in that exact mood,
Yeah.
you would probably laugh your ass off. I'm pretty sure if you are in the right mindset of and this is the humor that hits you, you will find this movie extremely funny. So let's just answer the biggest question. Who is this movie for?
I can't answer that. Do you? Can you?
I would say this is a movie for a group of friends who wants to watch a horror movie, but just have fun at the same time. I think that if you watch this with a group of friends and you all know what you're getting into,
Yeah.
it will be a fun experience. But if you
Yeah.
go into it like we did, expecting a serious horror movie,
Yeah.
you will end up very conflicted.
I'm disappointed.
Not because, again, the humor doesn't hit, it's because the mixture of everything becomes very confusing.
And a bit too much.
Yeah. So, final words for me, though. Not a bad... I'm not gonna say The Monkey is a bad movie. It's a fine movie.
Yeah.
It's just it serve itself better to commit to one one road, because now it tries to bite way too much overall.
Yeah.
It tries to take the whole cake, but it can't handle it.
No. I felt like it just took a bunch of like little bits and pieces of different horror movies that were really loved and liked and has a cult following and bring it into one.
Yeah.
And they couldn't keep up with their idea, and it totally fucked up the movie to where it fucked my brain up, and I just couldn't like it. I did like the way it started off. The beginning was great.
Yeah, that's what I
Like,
said with
it
Adam
scared me.
Scott. It was his acting. He made me actually like.
Yeah, like
fucking
I
hell,
really
this is
liked
the
it,
real
and
shit.
I got scared. I jumped. He felt me jump.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I'm excited. You know, I actually felt something.
That's
and
like when it first, because just quickly at the beginning, he did such an
Yeah.
amazing job that
Yeah.
it sucked you into the movie, and then it cuts like away to him with a flamethrower, and you realize this is gonna be a weird trip. This is gonna be
yeah.
an experience. So yeah, but I would say at the end of the day, it's not a bad movie, but you have to go in expecting what it is, and what it is a horror comedy
Yes.
that has a mixture of horror and comedy
Yeah.
that doesn't really match.
Yeah. If I had to tier this on our tier list, I would put it under mediocre.
It's a mediocre movie because I wouldn't really recommend it to anyone, because I wouldn't know who the fuck I would recommend this to, because there is a group out there that this
Yeah.
movie is for.
Yeah.
I don't know who the fuck they are.
It's just not for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't regret seeing it, but I'm good.
Yeah. Same here. I'm good too.
Yeah.
I don't know what to feel. So.
Yeah, yeah. That's all I had to say.
Yeah, me too. I think that's it for now.
Okay. Well, until next time then.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.